Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's TPM5 here, back again with another NBA video. Today's video we'll be looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves offseason, look at some trade rumors, recap their year, and also look at what their future scenario looks like with young talent and also their salary cap situation. Without further ado, let's get started. So the Minnesota Timberwolves opened up their year with 2 straight wins. However, they were only able to win one of their next 10 games and slumped to a 3-11 record, and it was much of the same tone for the rest of the year as they finished with a 23-49 record. It is worth noting that they were missing D'Angelo Russell for parts of the year. They were heavily hit by health and safety protocol, and also Malik Beasley was missing a substantial amount of the year. But overall, it's another disappointing year for the team that's only made the playoffs one time in the last 17 seasons. So obviously they're going to need to change their fortunes. But I think that if they can keep Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, Edwards, and the list goes on out on the floor, Vanderbilt off the bench will be good. It's probably just addressing the whole the center spot is an important part for them. But just a quick reminder guys, please subscribe to the channel. I make NBA content 2 to 3 times a week, so I'd heavily appreciate it if you subscribed. And I'm making a Detroit Pistons preview next, so you make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And as you guys can see, here's the salary cap table. So the biggest positive out of this is that they have Karl Anthony Towns signed with the team until 2024, but in the current NBA climate that doesn't really mean all that much, as he can request a trade and they're obviously going to have to get rid of him. Anyway, the Wolves have D'Angelo Russell until 2023, so that's another 2 years. He has been linked in trade rumors, and we will talk a bit about that later. Ricky Rubio is with the team for 1 more year. Same story for guys like Jake Layman and Josh Okogie. And then you have Anthony Edwards, Juan Hernan Gomez, Jarrett Culver, Jaden McDaniels, Najarian Reed, and Jalen Knoll, all young talented players with the team through multiple years. Now, as I said before, we're going to look at D'Angelo Russell, talk about some trades, and just talk about him in general for a bit. So during this season, he averaged 19 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds per game, obviously heavily impacted by injury, but with a full off season ahead of him, it looks likely that he can get back to his best, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to. The Minnesota Timberwolves, when they had Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and D'Angelo Russell out on the floor together, they had an 11-11 record, and they outscored their opponents by 4.1 points per possession, and that showed, I guess, the ability for the team to, compete with each other. And I think that a longer term, more games together and they build more chemistry, I think that record could edge and get better. And there's obviously room for Edwards to develop, obviously at that 3 small forward spot, and it gives them a lot of coverage around the floor. And Ben Simmons has been linked with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the reason I bring this up is because if they are to make a move with Philadelphia, the Timberwolves, it would revolve around sending D'Angelo Russell there as his $30 million salary over the next 2 years, so $60 million I think for 2 years it would be very important to that happening, and it would be the contract that they'd have to move. So I think that if they try and make a play for Ben Simmons, they could get rid of D'Lo. Now I think that that's rather unlikely. I think that there probably are better packages on the table, but it's one of those offers which if the Philadelphia 76ers can't get any better, they'll easily call Minnesota and take that deal. I think that if I'm Minnesota, I'll just persist with Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and D'Angelo Russell, and have a decent amount of role players around them. I'd persist with that. But if they did get rid of D'Lo, they do have Rubio on contract for next season too, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. Although Ricky Rubio is coming off his worst year in the league, it would be something that they could persist with. But I think that keeping D'Lo, as I said before, keeping that core together, at least give them a run at it for 1 year before we make some changes. But yeah, this offseason the Timberwolves do not have any draft picks, because as part of the D'Angelo Russell trade where they sent Andrew Wiggins, their first round pick, top 3 protected, and a second round draft pick this year, they've conveyed their first rounder, which I believe is at pick 7, and they've also managed to give up their second round pick, as I'd said. So they are without a draft pick, so unless they make a move to get into the draft, which I'm not sure what that move would be, they aren't going to be adding any talent to the team, and they're going to have to look to find ways to fill in their gaps and holes in the roster in free agency. Overall, this Timberwolves team has a lot of young talent, with the likes of Jarrett Culver probably not living up to the potential as of yet. And then they have the likes of Anthony Edwards, who's stiff not to win Rookie of the Year. Obviously, LaMelo Ball has a pretty strong case for that. But they have a lot of young players, a lot of young talent, and a lot of room for improvement. The team can get better. I think that getting rid of a guy like Ricky Rubio, who's on expiring, isn't the move because it's kind of, I'm not sure what the market for him would be. And I think just keep the core the same, run it back, try and fill some holes, try and sign a good enough center. And yeah, that's it for the video. If you have any Timberwolves fans watching, please comment what you guys thought. And thank you for watching. Peace out. Bye.